Welcome to Chad Hates Carbs. Today we're going to do a Lupin Mug Bread, Lupin flour mug, and we're going to try to make some bread in this mug. It's a crazy recipe, so I'm going to try it. So it says we need to have an egg, so we have one egg. We need to have 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I don't have any olive oil right now, so I'm going to have to just use regular old generic canola oil. Hopefully it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but we can do that. We need a tablespoon. I guess I can just use this one. Give me a tablespoon of olive oil and 2 teaspoons of almond milk. Let's go ahead and use the tablespoon for the flour first. And it says to make sure that you do it in 2 separate containers. So here's our tablespoon of Lupin flour. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of oil. Okay. Tablespoon of oil. And then 2 teaspoons of unsweetened almond milk. Gotta smell that first. Normally it doesn't go bad very quickly, so that's 2 teaspoons of that. Okay. And then we will whisk it. Get that going. Okay. Then we want to put in a half a tablespoon of oat fiber. Half a tablespoon. So this is not half a teaspoon. It's half a tablespoon. Which thankfully, I think this one does have a half a tablespoon. It does have a half a tablespoon. Of course, now I have oil all over it, so I don't want to be dipping that in stuff. Let's get that cleaned off here. So half a tablespoon of oat fiber, of whey protein isolate, and sweetener. So half a teaspoon of oat fiber. Okay. Half a teaspoon of sweetener. And half a teaspoon of whey protein isolate. Incidentally, there's some comments about, I guess I could have probably just put this in a bowl, a regular cereal bowl. There's some comments about making a premix of flour, and I may have to do that. That uses oat fiber and Lupin flour and whey protein, so I might have to look into that. Oh, I also need a 1/4 teaspoon. Almost forgot. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Can't forget the baking powder, that's important. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so a half tablespoon of oat fiber, 1 tablespoon of Lupin flour. So it's 1 tablespoon of Lupin flour, a half a tablespoon of oat fiber and whey protein, and then a half a teaspoon, it's a half a tablespoon of whey protein isolate. So it's 1½ teaspoons. So I need to do, glad I saw that. So I need to do 2 more of this. 1 and 2. Okay. Glad I reread that. 1 tablespoon of Lupin flour, half a tablespoon of oat fiber, half a tablespoon of whey protein isolate, and then 1/2 teaspoon of the sweetener. Okay, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. All right. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. It's sounding right. Okay, dump dry bowl into wet bowl and whisk until smooth. Supposedly, the recipe says that you should do it all at once, like this, so that's what I'm going to do. And she actually commented in the recipe that it's the way that supposedly worked better for her, so we will agree with her assessment because she's the one that did this. Okay, so here we go. And she says, slap it. Okay, so at this point, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of started out a little gummy on the sides, but it's whipping up not too bad. Gotta get the dry bits off of there. Get it all mixed in good. Alright. So, we've got that. Go ahead. I don't know. It says to butter it. I think I'll just oil this up a little bit. I'll just oil the inside of it. I just realized that I was basically just wiping it, so I'm going to do it like this instead. Alright. So what was happening was I was basically just, all the oil was sticking to the paper towel. So that was a unsuccessful attempt to start with. Okay, so let's see here. Pour batter, blah blah blah, microwave for 90 seconds. Alright, so scrape this out into here. Probably makes more sense to put this in something that you can actually use for a, you know, like a bun or something. Mostly right now I'm just looking for texture to see if this is something that's worth doing, and if it is, then I can figure out a better mechanism. This is one of those, hey, play with new recipe things, so let's do that. Or actually, that's what I'm doing. You're watching me do it, so maybe if this is successful, you will want to try. Okay, so we just have our mix in here. We're going to slap this in the microwave. It says 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Since this is a fairly high-power microwave, I'm going to go ahead and do 90 seconds. And we will see what happens in 90 seconds. "90 seconds is up, and we now have giant thing in cup." So let's go ahead and slap this on a, come on, came out, then I put it back in. That was not smart, I guess. Alright, a little bit eggy at the bottom. There's like some, it really, you can see there's like a nice egg hole, or air hole there, that kind of erupted, obviously. And then it, down at the bottom, it cooked more like an egg. So let's cut this guy up a little bit. Let's see what we got. The texture of it is very much like bread. That's a crazy amount like bread. I mean, in terms of the texture. Wow. It is a little bit eggy, I will say that. There's like a, I mean, it definitely has that tinge to it, but if you if you made this into like some sandwiches or something, I honestly don't know that you'd be able to tell. That's pretty crazy. I don't know that I would even put any sweetener at all in it. I mean, if you're making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something like that, maybe. But for just making like if you wanted to use it as like burger buns or something, man, yeah. So I guess if you made your mug a little bit bigger, or even used a ramekin, I kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder. Yeah, the ramekins are a little bit, because I have this kind of ramekin, so it's, as far as the bottom of it would be about the same size, but the top would be a little bit bigger around. But I'm guessing that because of the way that this thing expands, it would probably end up mushrooming out over the top of it. So I'm almost wondering if you just put it in a bowl, if that would give you a better shape for hamburger buns. Regardless, I'm definitely doing this one again. You'll probably see this one again on the channel, because I'm going to try this in a bunch of different variations, and I'll come back when I get some different results. But yeah, definitely 2 thumbs up on this one. Super fast, super easy, tastes good, and it's 90 seconds in the microwave. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.